Hello everybody, this is Karthik Madgula aka Karma the Life Coach, and I'm here today to answer some more questions. And today's questions are more in relation to career and financial stress actually. So let's go through these questions, but before I go through these questions, I understand that these are some tough times that a lot of people are going through. Lots of people are losing jobs. Lots of people are getting laid off because the economy is going into a little bit of recession at this stage. So it's important to arm ourselves with the right ability to handle these situations so that you don't fall prey to what is happening globally. And yes, if one person is going through it, we will all actually go through it together, because there will be ripple effect and all of us will be facing the same situation. So let's look at how to handle these situations and how to come out of them effectively as we plan for ourselves. So the first question that I have in line is, I had been working really hard to get a job after graduation. After struggling for 1 year, I finally got a job, supporting my family with all their needs. Because we are not privileged enough is a big responsibility. I can feel you. I was working here for 2 years, but now due to recession, I have been laid off. There is so much stress. How should I support my family and parent? I want to explode. Alright. So, if you have lost job in this situation, it could mean a couple of things. Either it means that your entire industry is going through a bad situation, or it could mean that your performance probably was not as good as people wanted it to be. So if it is the industry that is going through recession, what I would encourage you to think about is, what are the relevant skills that you can quickly learn in the next 2 to 3 months so that you can make yourself more relevant in the marketplace and try to get a job again. Can you go for a job in even if it's a little risky, in startups or anything of that sort? So that these are some of the questions that you have to ask yourself, so that you may find yourself a situation in which you get an entry into some other company. Okay, maybe necessarily a startup, because in most small companies they're always looking for a new resource to come in and contribute. So how about you try your luck in areas like that with relevant skills? On the contrast, if you were laid off because you were not performing well all through this while, you want to sit and think why you have not been able to perform to the expectation. Is there something lacking? Is there some skill lacking? Is there some attitude lacking? And rectify these two things, and then go out and search again. Now, one thing I want you to remember in this whole circus is that if you worry too much about your situation, which is you're being the breadwinner and now who will feed the family and all of this, if you focus on all of that, you will not be able to do what you're supposed to do. Okay, so if there is nothing left in terms of the savings or anything, people will eat less for a while or whatever that it takes. But please keep your focus on what is absolutely necessary. And this is the time it's okay to eat into the savings, and that's the reason why we eat into savings. And that's the reason why we even save in the first place. So it's absolutely okay to eat into the savings for a month or two in the meanwhile, as you start developing the necessary skills and the attitudes to be able to go back into workforce. And if it's getting really tough with respect to getting a job, I don't like to say it this way, but I have to. Maybe you should also put your ego or anything aside and pick up some odd jobs so that you could just make some money to keep things flowing. So having that ego, we generally stick to what the only things that we want to do. And maybe I should actually give my own example here. When I was starting as a life coach, I was starting as a counselor, I was not making anywhere close to the kind of money that was necessary to survive or to keep going. So at that stage, since I was not recognized, since I was not making any money, I got down to selling insurance, or rather getting down to is probably a wrong word to use. I got into selling insurance at that time, because there was no money happening in what I was doing. So whatever made money, I did it at least on the side so that I could keep the finances going. And then in a matter of time, my life coaching took off, and then rest is history. Now I'm here in front of you. So please don't let the ego come in. Do whatever it takes to keep your family afloat, and make sure to work on your skill in this time to move forward. The last thing you want to do is to feel that you are lost. You are the only hope for your family, as it looks like from your question. So the one thing that you should continue to keep in your heart is certainty, because you are the only source of certainty, and confidence will see you through this situation. Situations won't always support, but you should have that faith that you will see good days again. And in that faith, be relaxed and do what you're supposed to do, rather than sitting and worrying, which will not take you anywhere. I hope that answer was helpful. Now let's step into the second question that we have today. The second question says, my son wants to do something which is not secure as a career. Most parents complain this to me. I don't want to discourage him, but I have this constant stress that he is going to lag behind financially. This stress has been affecting my relationship with him and my wife, as I constantly argue. Okay. Let's understand something. You are feeling that this career is not financially secure, may be informed from your little understanding or lack of information about what that career entails. Have you spent enough time trying to understand the commercial part of his chosen career? Okay. In most cases, I would always automatically assume that most parents do not know anything other than conventional options in terms of the commercial equation. So please spend some time with your son and sit with him to understand what are the commercial equations of his chosen career. Is there actually no money, or is it just that first few years is tough? Okay. So once you sit with him, you will definitely understand that there is a commercial angle to every career, because otherwise it will not exist. That's the point. Artists make money, singers make money, musicians make money, interior designers make money, graphic designers make money. A profession will not exist if it is not making money. It's as simple as that. It's just that it may not be as prevalent massively like engineering or other fields of sciences, which are more prevalent and more the norm in terms of professions. And let me make my point again. No profession will exist if there is no potential to make money. The reason is simple. If a profession exists, what it means is people are looking for such kind of a service. And if people are looking for such kind of a service, why will they not pay? And if they pay, why won't there be money in the bank? Okay? So expand your horizons and think a little outside of your box. Give your son a chance. So the only question you have to ask him is, how much of hard work is involved in this profession? If he is passionate about this profession, and if he's willing to put a lot of hard work into it, if he's not going to be lazy and just lying around the bed, if he's going to exert himself at some kind of effort, please trust my word that every effort leads to result, whether immediately or eventually. Okay? So this is my suggestion to you. Please spend some time with him to understand what is the kind of effort involved and what is the kind of commerce involved. If not for the first 2-3 years, maybe he will not get paid that much. But as his experience grows, maybe he will get paid. So please sit down with him to explore that equation and relieve your stress, so that you can give him the time and space which will allow him to flourish. Thank you so much. Hope this has been helpful. If you liked it this far, please leave in comments your further questions so that we can collect these questions and put more videos out there like this. and also please share this with anyone who may be in need of something like this. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Have a good day.